This is the brand new Google Pixel 11 and it's probably the only Pixel this year that I can recommend to you guys. What's up guys, Anubhav here. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. I just got my hands on the brand new Google Pixel 11 and you're watching my first impressions video. So this is everything that you should know in case you were considering this phone. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, let's start with the unboxing because that is where the Pixel experience starts. Now I got the obsidian color of the Pixel 11, which is a black dark gray kind of black color, and opening up the box, as you can see, there's the phone itself, and if we remove the phone aside, there's a type C to C charging cable and a booklet with some information. That's pretty much it. It's got matte black sides and it looks really premium and nice in my opinion. Now I also got the clear Pixel Snap case for this, so we can put that case on as well, and it looks really good. But the first thing that I would like to share after unboxing the phone is how the device feels in your hand. Now Pixel devices, even the Pixel 10 was super comfortable to hold, and this phone is also very nice to hold in a single hand. It feels very premium, and if you like compact phones, I think the base Pixel 11 will be something that you do enjoy. And you know, honestly, I would compare it to a base iPhone 17 or any iPhone really, because it does give you an iPhone vibe in the Android world. But what is actually new this time around? Well, this is something that I did test out for the few days that I have had playing with this device, and I think we should talk about the elephant in the room, which is the Tensor G6. So the Pixel 11 is powered by Google's latest 3nm processor. Yes, it was rumored to be 2nm, but after it launched turned out to be based on the same 3nm process. Either way, the Tensor G6 is Google's newest lineup for the Pixel 11 series, and all the phones come with this processor inbuilt. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is that this processor has now a 40% more powerful TPU to deal with AI performance and, you know, on-device AI and all of that. So definitely for more AI related stuff, you will feel a difference when you use this phone. In terms of normal usage as well, guys, this phone has been super smooth. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've been using it as my primary device and I do enjoy how smooth and seamless it is. It does come with a 120Hz refresh rate, but the base 11 is set to 60Hz by default. So if you do end up getting this device, the first thing you should do is go to display settings and set it to 120Hz. Now, keep in mind, this is not an LTPO display, so it can't go down all the way to 0Hz like the Pro and the Pro XL, but it varies between 60 and 120, but honestly, doesn't really matter in day-to-day usage. Okay, what else is new? Well, the 48 megapixel primary main camera sensor on the Pixel 11 is now a much larger sensor physically. So it's the same megapixel count, even the 10 had a 48 megapixel primary, but this time they've actually been able to make the sensor a little larger so that it can let more light in and therefore give you better camera results. As I said, it comes with Pixel Snap, but this time it's Qi 2.2 certified, so you can actually wirelessly charge this device up to 25 watts, which is really nice to see. Other than that, there's a few special AI camera features like the Creator Suite, which gives you access to social media grid lines, a teleprompter and other tools like that, and a super cool magic capture mode that basically records video and photo at the same time and then uses AI to find out moments that it can separately process as photos. So you just press record, you don't worry about whether you want a video or a photo, and you get both of the results after you stop recording. Pretty cool. You can also now create separate camera looks inside the camera app. So if you want your own special look, there's a bunch of preset ones as well, and you can, curate it yourself as well. And of course, Gemini is powered by the new Rambler feature now, where you can basically say a bunch of stuff and it will only take the final decision that you make and then fill it up in a text field. So it is very seamless now if you use a lot of text to type sort of feature. Alright, so those were some of the main headlines of what you can expect with the new Pixel 11. But what was my day-to-day experience like? Well, if I tell you guys honestly, one of the main things that I would like to highlight is durability. So I've been using this phone for a few days without the case, and unfortunately one day the phone slipped out of my pocket while I was sitting on a chair, and as you can see, it completely dinged up this side of the phone, and now I have a small dent over here and the color has also peeled off. So If you plan on buying this phone, I would suggest to use it with a case, especially on the obsidian color. It sticks out like a sore thumb because the inside housing is silver in color. Other than that, the day-to-day performance of this phone has actually been pretty smooth. Older Tensor processors had a tendency of overheating, and this also gets warm when you record video for a long time or play a high-end game for a very long time. But notice what I said, warm, not hot, and in these scenarios, all phones heat up a little bit. So nothing out of the ordinary. Performance has been good. Apps and animations are super smooth, so Google really optimizes this on Pixel phones, so it feels even smoother than a regular Android phone. And of course, there are a lot of really good things like the haptic as well as the sound effects that are really granular and make you feel like you're using a really premium phone. And if you appreciate small things like this, I think you guys will also enjoy the Pixel 11. The display is also really nice. It's got a peak brightness of 3000 nits. Colors are nice and realistic, and as I said, it's 120 Hz, so it's super smooth to use. However, the base 11 does have its fair share of bezels on the screen. I don't know, makes it look a little less expensive for the 90,000 rupees price tag, but again, it is something that you end up getting used to and then you don't notice it anymore. Battery life was something that I was a little concerned about, but I have to say my results were completely normal. It's not an exceptional battery, but it's not a bad battery either. I end up finishing the day with around 5.5 to 6.5 hours of usage, of course, depending on the day itself, but you can expect a full day of usage on a full charge. And talking about charging, it does charge a little slower at 30 watts peak, which is quite slow compared to, you know, the competition out there. If I talk about the camera performance, I'll be able to give you guys a better idea in the full review once I have spent enough time with it. But trust me guys, all three lenses take really good photos. Of course, this is one of the main features of buying a Pixel phone. Cameras are great. As I said, the primary has now a physically larger sensor, so you actually end up getting really nice detailed results. The 5 megapixel telephoto is also something now that you can use portrait mode on, so you can actually take portrait mode photos with the telephoto lens, and that also looks really good. Overall camera performance has been a solid A for me, and I will be able to show you guys a better answer in the full review, so stay tuned for that. Okay, now let's talk about a few things that I did not like or bugs that I faced in my testing of this phone. So ever since I switched to it, there were a couple of weird bugs that I did face, which were just software bugs in my opinion. For starters, I cannot install the Amazon or the Prime Video app on this phone. I don't know what it is. I've tried deleting the apps, I have tried reinstalling them, you know, clearing the Play Store's cache and data, but it just doesn't work, guys. It just tells me that it can't install the app. So again, something you should keep in mind. Second thing was that the Now Playing app, which is the feature where you get the name of the song on your lock screen, well, the app would just not download the database and the feature would not turn on. After 5 or 6 times of force stopping and then re-enabling the app, I finally ended up getting it working. So, you know, that was a really big relief for me. And finally, last but not the least, the Google Photos app has a weird saturation filter that it applies on videos. So I transferred a video from my computer to my phone and it looked completely different. But then when I transferred it to another phone, I saw that the colors were completely fine. So this also might be a Google Photos bug. Again, nothing that is groundbreaking or a reason to not buy this phone, but small bugs here and there that might be fixed later with Android updates. Okay, so what is the verdict of this first impressions video? Well guys, apart from the few bugs that I faced and the durability concern, I think this is a pretty solid phone in this year's Google's lineup. Honestly, it might be the only phone that I will be able to recommend to you guys simply because the Pro and the Pro XL are super overpriced for what they are. And the only feature that you technically miss out on the regular base is the highlight, which, let's be honest, is a overhyped LED light, and the bigger and more optically capable 5x telephoto, which is on the Pro and the Pro XL. Other than that, for around 30,000 rupees lesser, you end up getting the same phone and 90% of all the same features. But then again, is the Pixel 11 even worth it at a 90k price point before discounts when phones like the Galaxy S26 exist, which is not only 10,000 rupees cheaper but also comes with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for unmatched performance in multitasking or gaming? Well, that is something that will be answered in a comparison video that I am working on. So if you guys do want to watch that video and the full review of this phone, make sure to hit on that like button, hit on that subscribe button, and don't forget to press on the bell icon. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that was my first impressions of the Google Pixel 11. Full review comparison coming really soon, and you can expect regular long form videos on this channel from now. So make sure to like, sub, and I will see you guys in the next one. This is Anubhav signing out. Take care, stay safe, and peace out. Bye-bye.